Oh, and just to say how, and I always say this, just how amazing it is, and I want you to appreciate this. You know, there's people here that live, oh, yes, what, just a 3 hour drive from me, like Cirrus. And there's people here that it would take me a day and a half to get to, because you're at the other side of the world. There's Sharon in Rhodes in Greece. There's and I don't know if the Blue Lady is in Russia or just Eastern Europe, because I don't recognize the lettering. Um, so it is a real privilege, and isn't it amazing? If I do, it would be lovely if that person was actually in Russia. I don't recognize. I can't see the letters, so I don't know the name. So there will be people here, all part of one family, um, from USA, China, Taiwan, Middle East, and South Africa. From the east of the globe and the west of the globe, the north of the globe and the south. Yes, there's perhaps yes, Canada might be further north than me, but that's amazing, and invite you to just, yeah, let it just, yeah, embrace, think, realize that we are creating a Hong Kong. Thank you, Emily. We are creating a consciousness that absolutely does and will more deeply go all around the world. And you are part of a absolutely international family, and we can hold this energy. So that's special. I'm just turning my notifications off. Forgot to do it earlier. Okay. So, going to open the space in the traditional way, and then just want to say a few words about the information that I shared when I was announcing that we would have this group gathering and meditation. But we'll dedicate the space first. As I always say, please don't just listen to me, but be proactive in a kind of echoing in your own consciousness the words that I say, with the intention of dedicating the room you're sat in. I mean, my words will, you know, you will hear me in your room, but it's about being you doing it, being proactive, not just listening to me, taking that responsibility and being an active participant. Okay. So the idea of closing one's eyes is to be able to change our focus of attention from out there to in here. It's one of these, our senses, that we can turn off. We can't just turn off the ability to feel. We can't turn off the ability to smell or hear, but we can just close our eyes and turn off the ability to see. So that is what we can do, because it is the body. You've all come in your bodies, and that is the physical anchor of all of this energy. That's your job. That's why you incarnated. That's why you've got feet, to connect to the earth and ground this energy. Okay, so I invite you to allow your eyes to close. And as you do that, notice that your attention is now inside. that you can think about the ear, but about the inside of your body, and notice that the breath, which is the physical manifestation of life, you can feel it as you breathe in. It's actually cool on the tip of your nose. And trace it. And it comes obviously in through your nose and then down and into the lungs, yes, but that is part of the heart chakra. So as we breathe in, we're bringing life and mixing it with love. As that oxygen is transferred into the bloodstream, it carries that love, that vibrance and life to every part of this physical body. And I invite you to connect consciously to that idea. And it's really quite magical and profound and important. And this is what you are. Take away everything else here today. You're the facilitation of grounding life and love and expressing it in your own unique way. And that needs honouring. I call forth to the principles known as Melchizedek, the Mahatma and Metatron, and ask to bring down a platinum net through this entire group. And let's just clear your spaces first. So visualize this net. We will come back to it. And around your room and your building, just want it to set this space first. Okay. So establishing an ascension column and a pillar of light. Know, see, visualize, pretend, intend. I call in the planetary and cosmic spiritual hierarchy and ask to establish and activate a gigantic ascension column in this room. And this building. Platinum is the highest frequency colour available to Earth. The only higher frequency is the clear light of the divine, which has no colour. I ask that this pillar of light be connected to a gigantic ascension column and to our individual and group planetary and cosmic antikaranas. This is the light tube, literally the light tube. It's just inside your spine. It connects us to our soul and divine presence. I call forth to Melchizedek, the Mahatma and Metatron, and ask to bring through this space a platinum net of light. Platinum is the highest frequency colour available to Earth. The only higher frequency is the clear light of the divine, which has no colour. The platinum net will clear each individual, us as a group, your room and building, of any negative and imbalanced energies on all levels. I call again to the planetary and cosmic hierarchy and ask to establish a planetary and cosmic axitonal alignment now. This will balance all meridians of each of us and align this group with the divine and the consciousness of the spiritual hierarchy on all levels. I call again to the spiritual hierarchy and the inner plane ascended masters and as to anchor and activate a golden white ascension flame. The source of this flame is the spiritual ashram of the Master Serapis Bey, which is in Luxor Temple in Egypt. You could see this flame burning in your heart center and ask for a permanent connection to this flame. I invoke into our collective spaces, our single consciousness, through sound, through their names, the matrix, the blueprint of creation, through the angelic names of the tree of life. Archangel Metatron, Ratziel and Zafkiel, Zadkiel and Camiel, Raphael, Haniel, Michael, Gabriel and Sandalphon. Invoke the collective consciousness of the Ascended Masters. Now the Ascended Masters are people like you. And it's interesting because they've ascended and we're in a time where this is an invitation for all of us. So they're not separate or special, they just know who they are. I also honour the earth and I invoke Great Spirit of the East through the Archangel Raphael. The colour is yellow, the element is air, and the medicine animal is eagle, bringing clarity, clear understanding, wisdom. I invoke Great Spirit of the South through the Archangel Michael. The element is fire, the colour is orange, the medicine animal mountain lion. And the qualities are celebration, abundance, effulgence. I invoke Great Spirit of the West through the Archangel Gabriel. The colour is midnight purple, the element is water, and the medicine animal is mouse or whale. Invoke Great Spirit of the North through the Archangels Uriel and Sandalphon. The colours are citrine olive, russet and black. The element is earth and the medicine animal is mountain bear. And the qualities are nurturance, sustenance, community, home and safety. Please bring your awareness to your heart centre and invite you to bring that awareness, literally make it inside your body. Don't have a concept somewhere out there of an idea, but think about that space that's resonating to the beat of your heart. Perhaps breathe in it. That's a way of really focusing. And in that space, you know that you are the soul. Part of your identity, definition, the light divine. You are love. You are will, divine will, and divine fixed design. You are the monad, the light divine. You are love. You are divine will and fixed design. I invoke the energy of the Archangel Michael and his legions of angels, and ask to create a golden dome of protection around each of us, around our rooms and our buildings. The Archangel Michael serves on the first ray. Specific function is protection and transmutation. The new great invocation. From the point of light that I am, and invite you to echo this and make it your truth. I let light stream forth from the mind of God. Earth radiates with light. From the point of light within the heart of God, I let love stream forth from my heart. I am the Christed soul on earth. From my centre, where the will of God is known, I let divine purpose guide me, the purpose which all masters know and serve. From the centre of the divine human race, I let the plan of love and light work out. My love seals the door where evil dwells. I am the light and love and power, living God's plan on earth. Thank you. And if you'd like to return, open your eyes or whatever. Okay. I'm just reflecting on the words in the invitation when I announced this meditation, this group, and it's like everyone has come to, for some reason, I think, because of what I said there. And just to let you know that what you receive and what this gathering and the meditation, etc., what will happen is up to you. And in a way, your being here is just a affirmation to a creator that you're willing, that you want to know, and that you're willing for change, and that you're willing to embrace the gifts, the initiations, and the activations. So know that it is when we act and make ourselves available, it's then that we receive these gifts. So just to really tell a bit of a story around what is going on. Now, in spite of everything, it has always been true for me. And yeah, it's interesting. I first really understood this or really claimed it as a truth for me when I went to South Africa, because there seemed to be so much at the time in Africa that didn't seem true. So the truth is that humans, really, true humans, are very gentle, playful, creative, innocent people, things, beings. We're also, and as that might sound rather childlike, and it is, and part of that childhood innocence that allows us to play, and it's play that it's the foundation of being creative. And to be innocent with that can come a vulnerability, and with the innocence and naivety, which through the eons of time have meant that that vulnerability has been abused. One of the things that has been lost and needs to be found again is sovereignty. What would it be like, and I ask you to reflect on this, what would it be like in your life if you were answerable to no one? You weren't answerable to the bank as to how much money you had. It was abundant. You weren't answerable to the government for taxes. They paid you. You weren't under the law. You used your own love and wisdom in how you conducted your life. That's sovereignty. Absolutely no one has the right to govern, dictate, constraint, limit in any way. And we used to live like that. It's in all traditions. So I invite you to reflect on, to what extent do you live now with somebody else telling you what to do? Do you know what? If they got rid of the idea of which side the road you were supposed to drive on, everybody would organise themselves naturally anyway and be more attentive, careful, and the roads would be safer. Because that's what we do. When somebody tells us what to do, we give our power away. And we are now living so much in victim as to authority that we can see that reflected in how the world is. Within living memory, well, just about living memory, there's been 2 violent world wars. That's not human. So who is it? Why is it? What's happened? Now, for me, we've now been given an invitation that only 6 months ago I could never have dreamt was possible. And I didn't realise what invitation we were being given literally perhaps 6 weeks ago. We've been given an invitation to embrace so much change you can't imagine it. But the essence of it is sovereignty. You, with joy and your own creativity, in abundance and freedom, do what inspires you. Period. So, after our, I don't know, is it 4,500 years? It's not very long. From the Great Flood and great earth changes. The universe, this galaxy, creator has chosen, or it has evolved that. The cycles have brought us to a place where today and it will affect the few days, well, I think some of us have been feeling it for a few weeks, and it will go into the future. Well, it'll just unfold. That the vibration of the earth, the trees out there, the soil out there, the concrete of your building, the table that you might be sat at, the material of the computer will change. The average vibration of all material things, a rock, the sea, everything, is called the Schumann resonance, and its average is 7.8 kilohertz per second. It is, as I speak, going off the scale. And in fact, I intended, and I haven't prepared it, I intended to do a share and actually show you the graph. So the graph showed, I'll just describe it then, spikes of red, and it was high vibration on the earth, and a few spikes, and then there was a block of red and nothing else. That's where we are. And it's up to us to feel it. Do you want to raise your vibration? The earth is giving it to us. Number 2, the sun is at a solar maximum never seen before. The light, this is the source of life and light. If the sun isn't there, it's dark. This is the source of our light, the light that we live in. Of course, the total source of light is divine emanation. And that is at a higher vibration than they've ever recorded before. And this isn't some kind of exaggeration. The Earth's gravity is as low as it has ever been. It is the gravity that keeps us dense and heavy. It's that pulls us down onto the earth. If there's less gravity, this is good news. If you're trying to lose weight, everyone that's trying to lose weight, I've got good news for you. You've just lost a few pounds. Okay? Because it's gravity that pulls you down. Less gravity and you don't weigh as much. Less gravity and you are less dense. You are lighter. So I've just described 3 ways you've heard raise your vibration. Well, the whole of creation here is trying to do that. Well, it's doing it. And it's up to us whether we respond to it or not. There has been no bigger invitation than now. Why? Perhaps because we're ready. And then, on top of all of that, there's this thing called 3IAtlas. Now, the name, 3, because this is the third of similar phenomena that have come close to the Earth in living memory. I, because of its intelligence, or interstellar. And Atlas, because it was the Atlas, I can't think what the name is, that can pick things up in space, etc., was called Atlas. It's a laboratory, etc., whatever, in Peru. So the names, you know, the name's been thrown around. There's no mystery here in terms of the name. The information is that this, whatever it is, and where it's come from, it's, as you know, everybody's got different theories, and when I hear some of them, they're beyond what I can conceive of, really. But one thing that has been measured is that the energy coming off it vibrates at the rhythm of the Fibonacci series. Have you ever seen on YouTube this music you can listen to, and it's 432 hertz, or it's whatever? The vibration of the Fibonacci series is the invitation home. Okay. So, I said it was dangerous. Why is it dangerous? Because it will bring to the surface everything in you that doesn't resonate at this level. In the Professional Practitioner Manual and in the Angelic Reiki book, there is a list of what are called ascension symptoms. When the body, you see, the physical body, there's no resistance there. It will feel the energy from the sun and let go of the earth as the gravity drops away. It will respond to the light. Absolutely, it will respond to the light. The triphosphate bonds within the body will respond to the light. The thing that is restrictive, is dense, is limiting, is our own thoughts. Now, and stuff. Now, one thing that I think is very important, and that is to, contrary to quite a few opinions, is that emotions are part of the gift of humans. There's nothing wrong with having emotions. And there are things that make us angry, and there's things that make us sad. And the suffering, our suffering, comes from making these wrong. A few years ago, and I was thinking about all the wars that are on the earth, and also thinking about this idea that I create my own reality, and the external experience is just echoing the experience inside myself. And I thought, this can't be true. You know, there isn't that much. I don't go around killing people. So all the violence in the world, that can't be a reflection of me. And then I realized it was. How often do you fight with yourself? To what extent are you at war with yourself? Every time you're not happy with yourself. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. I could have done that better. I shouldn't be thinking that. And oh, that's, you know. Now, part of the nature of the next level of consciousness is no black and white, no right or wrong. It's called unconditional love. And it's a level of consciousness that embraces everything without criticism and opinion and judgment. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be in love. And the highest love is that that's unconditional. It's total acceptance of how things are now, without warring with yourself that you should be better and different. That's all it takes. Now, the other gifts about this, so that's the challenge, that we've got to be in love with yourself, every bit of yourself. And it's about self-reflection. And if you were to just think about your life, is there something you regret? That's a low vibration. Bring love to it. And you know what? If there is something that you regret, whatever it is, you were actually doing the best you could at the time. But you've got to agree with that. So that is the danger. And big change is uncomfortable. If you don't like your job, when the planet raises its vibration, you will probably lose your job. Are you ready to be unemployed? If you don't truly, wholly, in your heart, love your partner or your family, they're going to go. Your partner's going to walk out, or you're going to walk out, or they're going to die or disappear. It's new vibration. You can't sustain, can't embrace untruths and lies and pretending. It's the truth that has to be there. And if you're not living in your truth, then it's going to be uncomfortable. If you're not in love with all parts of yourself, and you haven't got the love, can't find love for the mistakes you've made, the stupid things you've done, etc. And who you might blame for whatever. Can you bring love and acceptance to that as well? Are there regrets? Got to come to acceptance with it all. Not saying it was right, but remember, the place we're going to, there isn't right and wrong. There are different energies manifesting without judgment. There's also some funny things that are going to happen. In that, new gifts, the gifts that you want, they're not new, but the gifts that you have are going to come online. And perhaps you're going to become clairvoyant. But if there's a high number of the population that's clairvoyant, they'll know what you're thinking. Are you happy for the person you're walking past in the supermarket to read all your thoughts? Do you see how much you've got to come to harmony with yourself? There was that fantastic film, What Women Think. And, and it's like, it's very shocking. It's like, oh, that guy, oh, God, look at that, Well, they will know you're thinking that. So we've got to come to a pure relationship with ourselves. That's why it's dangerous. It's the biggest kick into reality that you've ever had. And what isn't true, as I've said, will fall away. And if you hang on to it, it'll be painful. Okay. Invite you to close your eyes. And I invoke the energy, the principle, the truth that resonates in the name of the Archangel Michael. And if this energy has a colour, what's the right colour for you? It's often thought of orange or purple, doesn't matter. I invite you to breathe it in and become that colour. Literally see your toes turning to the colour that you think of that resonates with the Archangel Michael. See your toes turning that colour, and your knees, and your back, and all of your body. And your body now glows with that colour. And the principle, the action that this name invokes is presented by a courageous person sat on horseback. In one hand there is a sword, in the other hand there is a chalice or bowl. The sword is to cut away everything you're willing to let go of, everything to release, everything through you bringing love to it. The chalice brings the love that melts it away. Are you willing for the sword and the love to act on every relationship you've had, every challenge you've had, every disappointment, everything that's happened that you saw as cruel, unfair, violent, abusive? It might not be easy. And I'm not saying got to see it all as nice and good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, are you willing to be in acceptance of it and not judge? Because we never judge accurately in retrospect anyway. And just allow memories to come up. Memories of childhood, memories of school, memories of relationships. I mean, school is a place designed to limit freedom. You can't stand up when you want to. Can't even go to the toilet when you want to. None of that was ever right. But can you fill it now with a sense of freedom, autonomy and sovereignty? And be willing to live as a sovereign being, intuitively and wisely, making the right decision for you. And this is one of the biggest challenges, because part of the human nature is empathic and compassionate and loving. We can be sensitive to how a decision we make might affect somebody else. If I leave that person, they're going to be upset. But I'm sad in this relationship and I want to go. It's now the invitation to act on your own truth. And the secret is that actually it'll be the best for everybody, because the truth always is. We just can't see it, or don't want to see it, or we feel guilty and won't see it. I invite you to take another deep breath and bring that colour of the Archangel Michael. I prefer orange because orange is the colour of change. It's the colour of death. And death is the end and the opportunity that creates a new beginning. It's orange, it's an orange light that is the best light for someone who is dying. It allows them to transition best. It's also about finding time to be still so that you can be aware. What do you really think? And when something comes up, acknowledge and admit that you're actually jealous. We're often jealous of somebody else that's got or doing something we'd like to do. So the invitation is to accept that. Don't pretend you're not. Be in your truth. Understand why. And forgive yourself. I invite you to continue to be aware of your breath. The in-breath of life and the out-breath of surrender. Are you willing to let go of being in control of your life and just live by what you intuitively feel you want to do, what feels creative, what feels exciting? We're here to be happy, and it's just a decision away. Say that again. We are actually here to be happy, and your happiness is just a decision away. Am I not going to criticize myself ever again? Am I going to accept every part of myself? Am I going to cherish myself? Am I going to prioritize myself? Am I going to be kind to myself? Your heart, the beat of your heart, actually resonates. Each beat sends out a pulse of love. You can't help it. It's what you do. What would it feel like if you were always aware of that, that every beat of your heart was simply a pulse of love? It actually is. and every in-breath is a yes to life. I invite you to sit now and focus on the idea that you simply are, if you like, a love machine. Embracing life. Scan your face and your body for any tension. Allow there to be a downward movement of energy, as if you're becoming heavier sat on your chair. And with that, just let the body relax. Every breath, a yes to life. Every heartbeat, an impulse of love. It's that simple, and you're already doing it. You're already breathing, and your heart is already pumping. I invite you to feel and express a willingness to embrace, without compromise, this incredible gift that we are now in the middle of receiving. A willingness to let change happen. Your house might fall down. It's only change. And see yourself as a body emitting light. As we bring this meditation to a close, I invite you to state your own intention or prayer. for yourself. To experience these energies and activations. They will continue into January to varying degrees, but the effect is the future. Nothing will be the same again. And then deepening your breath, perhaps moving the body somewhat, perhaps stretching or whatever, feeling the weight of your body on the chair and the presence of the body. And then allow your eyes to open and embrace the space around you. Again, thank you everybody for being here, bringing your presence, your anchor in your country, all around the world. Have fun, be happy, be free, and good luck. Know the divine loves you more than you do. All right. Thank you for being there. Bye-bye.
Thank you.